looking dapper.
Alright, let's get all of these engineers in there. Let's get it warmed and also extra rations in there. That will allow me to get rid of one of these. This one, because it's between two good buildings, is going to go. So let's get rid of you right now. There we are. Donk. And in its place, we shall build bunkhouse. In fact, we're going to build a couple of them. We're not going to go OTT just yet. We are going to get a lot of those done. 23 are homeless, but they'll have homes shortly. Right, Book of Laws. Where is the date shown? It isn't shown. We're just kind of working this out based off of the things we're seeing. Okay, so Faith Keepers. The Faith Keepers, our most devoted believers, will ensure that the righteous are able to work and pray in peace and security. You can ask Faith Keepers to break up protests. Nighttime procession reduces discontent. Alright. 3-day cooldown. Discontent will fall when the procession starts after midnight. Or the temple. We will build a magnificent testament to our devotion, to the devotion of our people. It will kindle hope in the hearts of the faithful and sway the doubters. Hope will rise. Londoners may occasionally mend their ways. Discontent will occasionally fall slightly. Ceremonial service raises hope and comforts the discontent. Okay. I think we'll probably go for the temple, honestly. But it depends a little bit. What does chat think on this one? Do you think we should go for the temple or not? You don't need the K-house. Oh, wait, we do for prosthetics. It's one person isn't working and we've got so many people. Right now I think it'll be okay. Temple. Invest. Interesting in the Faith Keepers mechanic. Temple is good, but you will need the Keepers. Temple of Love. Temple of Field Kitchen. I'll need the Keepers. 1 day, 12 hours. 1 day, 12 hours. Pretty much the same. 1 day, 12 hours. 1 day, 12 hours. One day, 12 hours. I think it's more important for me to deal with the Londoners right now. This doesn't raise hope, which is the problem. It just deals with problems. How long until the Londoners leave? 10 days. And we've got a 0 tendency. If we can get hope up high enough, I think it's going to be a big boon for us. Hello, Captain. How you doing, mate? The Faith Keepers have very nice robes. Machinations of the tech priests are needed to maintain the core. We're going to get the temple for now, but Faith Keepers or the K-House is going to be the next one. Possibly Kitchen's back. There can only be one. Base heating of 3. We do not need this to be close to the city at all. I'll build it out down here. Actually, I could build it there. And it would kind of fit in. But I can fit other things over there. I think I would rather this go down over here, though. Pop that in. Right. Now with that done, we're currently working on the Steam Hub. Got 21 hours left. Just think of everyone's needs, not just the faithful. Let's build it. That'll show the unbelievers. Indeed it will. Temple built. The temple has been erected. The magnificent symbol of our devotion is now visible throughout the city. Hope rises. A lot. Hope rose a lot. The Londoners are now turning. They're now fixing their evil ways. Another act of vandalism. The Londoners have defaced more walls, urging everybody to join and abandon the city. Some graffiti even mocks your leadership, branding you an unfit leader, incapable of doing what it is to save the people. Send a cleric to reassure the people. Hope will fall slightly, but that's fine. It's probably not even close to the amount that we gained from this. Also, ceremonial service. Hope will rise. So I'm like, yeah, do that. And we converted one of them. Haha! Take that. And we can do everything from in here as well. No wrongdoers have been inspired to mend it. Well, I mean, it says they have, but... Ouch. There's lots of sick there now. $26 are sick. Let's build a new infirmary then, given that. And this one can go right there. Or... No, we'll build the infirmary reasonably close. How many people do I have? 325. Of which 152 are not working. Which isn't great. Cleric beaten. Captain. A cleric was assaulted whilst trying to reassure people disturbed by the Londoners' slogans. We should do something to protect our people. We need faith keepers to secure the streets. We will have 3 days to establish the faith keepers. Hope will rise slightly. We need faith keepers to strike back. We have 3 days to establish the faith keepers. Discontent will fall slightly. We will pay for him and his assailants. Hope will rise slightly. Discontent will fall slightly. Well, we're going to need the faith keepers, so 3 days. Alright. That's fine. Or 4 days, as the case may be.
Looking dapper.
Thank you very much, Belial. 40 months in a row, my lord. 40 months. Please put a lot of love in chat for Belial there. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you so very much. One of the first to support the channel. We're going to make it in this hole. We have to leave. We're not going to make it. Other cities may have fallen, but not London. It's impossible. We do need to rise this quite a lot. Cleric beaten, London of vandalism. Cold at home, bad food. That's not affecting it too much, though.
Looking dapper.
Need more steel to make the other automaton. How many automatons do we actually have? Is there a way for me to see that? Big in bed 17. 20 people were queued yesterday. We're only just slightly getting more... Oh, coal is starting to go down now. That is not so great. Scouts have reached Tesla City. Right, more people in here, please. Also, treat them all as fast as you can. Right, let's have a look at Tesla City. The city is modern and meticulously built. A tall tower emits a constant barrier of lightning, deflecting the incoming snow. But nobody comes out to greet us. Thunder unleashed. Able minds and bodies will prevail over the cold, reads the slogan over the entrance to Tesla City. A central tall tower shines with the blue glow of electric discharges, which forms a protective dome over the town. But something went wrong here. There are charred bodies lying in the streets, and the stench of burnt flesh taints the air. We saw a lightning streak from the tower, hitting a building and leaving a gash in its roof. Risk entering the city. We're going to stay away from the city right now. The scouts have a lot of stuff on them. But we will send someone down. We didn't dare enter. We searched the outskirts of Tata City. It seems that nobody has survived inside, but some people might have escaped. We'll see what we can do. 13 hours to arrive here, and then we'll head back. Unless that was the only time we can do it. Maybe that was the only option we would ever get to try. If so, then oh well. But no. See, this is the problem. Someone's already told me now in chat effectively what I can expect, and I'm like, I don't want to sacrifice someone for it. You only get one chance. Nah, that's fine then. I'll keep the lives of my people. They've put faith in me. See, I would have tried, because that is definitely the sort of thing I would have gone for, had I not been told that I'm going to sacrifice people. So, no, I'm not going to save scum. You clearly haven't been around here long enough to know how I play games, my lord.
Looking dapper.
Aavak, a constant source of Steam cores, though. I don't care. Steam Hub researched. I mean, it'll be something that we can check out next time. Right, now I need to build one of these rather urgently. Right. Now. If I build one on this street, it's going to help. If I then build one down here, it'll help. If I then build one over there, it'll also help. About there. Oh, I'll pop it there. That's 3 that are going to heat these homes. 4 of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to need another one of those, aren't I? Going to need more steel. No, I wouldn't save scan a run. It's not save scanning. It's accidentally, intentionally loading a previous save game. Aavak. Also, better only send scouts when they have no resources on them, because it would be bad if you lose them with the resources they have collected up to that point. Yeah, I know, Darkfire Phoenix. That's what I mentioned earlier. So that's why I said, well, we'll cancel this because they're carrying a lot of stuff before we have them do something potentially dangerous. Sir, a cleric here with a group of followers. They're asking you to cut the public house opening hours. They contend with the pleasure that the pleasure it offers poisons the mind and souls of the people. Public house will be open 2 hours shorter. Their effect will fall by 20%. Hope will rise. I won't change anything. Discontent will rise slightly. Hope will fall slightly. Well, since we've gone this route, we will actually go there. Since faith dictates. Now, generator efficiency, or I could go for. No, I can't afford it now. Let's go for the sleds. Like Shane said, if you mouse over a population number, you'll see some info. Yeah. What about it? Ganmim? I've been doing that all the way through the stream. Aavak, would you recommend this game? As I am a former Age of Empires player looking for a newer strategy game to jump into. It's a bit hard to make a recommendation right now because this is still an alpha, pre-release build, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. I wouldn't be streaming right now if I weren't. Promise fulfilled. You gave your people time to rest and maintain normal working hours. People feel ready to work hard again. Hope rises. Hooray! Right, I would like you to be working long hours then, people. Same for this, actually. Oh, there we go. Keep homes warm. That's all we need to do. Fair enough. But that is going to consume massive amounts of power. Of coal. It'll be taking, I think, 3 coal a day to run this. Now, realistically, what I would like to do is have... see, I've got those little homes there. Is have a road going like that, so that I can have my heaters on the outside of this road rather than on the inside, because it's going to give us a little bit more coverage, because we don't strictly need it there. You've reached Snowcliff. Head over to Freshwater Springs, please. They'll be now doing that quite a lot faster. Aavak, you can expect to see me more often if you're going to be streaming weekends. Yeah, I kind of alternate. Lady Sheila and I take alternating days to stream. Because well, we haven't actually tested the internet to know whether it's capable of taking care of that or not, but we're assuming not. But we may find that we are selling our internet short. Resource center, I would like some more wood to be stored here. Could go for another hothouse. That would require an extra steam core. The temple has influenced some people to mend their ways. Hooray! Scouts have reached the fishing village. A hot spring keeps a tiny patch of sea from freezing here. The Americans used this opportunity to set up a fishing village. It's deserted now. No place for the weak. The fishing village used to supply Tesla City with food. Searching it, we found a letter. Mike, don't return to the city. Tesla is a madman. He cast out all the cripples, all the sick. Jerry's parents and old Beth are among them. There will be blood, that's for sure. And soon. The village was left in order. We could send a team here to start fishing. Site discovered, research station, and an ice corridor. I will just take the steam cores. Research station is the next place we're going to go to, though. Let's get out there. We've got a lot of steam cores on us now, though. It's a little bit worrisome. Someone sends Aavak mysterious interwebs. Okay. Perpetual Calic. I'd support a church bar. Sounds like a bad time waiting to happen, though. George, get out of the sacramental wine. Is Sheelab the full username? No, Lady Sheelab. She is on Twitch. Right, with that, we can actually get rid of you. Let's have you gone. I'd like this place warmed up a little bit, though. Let's actually have a look at our temperature readings. We'll turn up the heat in there. Ooh, that place is getting very cold now. Very, very cold. May need to deal with that soon. We'll see. Actually, this place has a higher... It's got a +1 building insulation. I could take it up an extra +1 to even. So it has exactly the same. Okay. So it needs to be set for trees. There we go. I'm not aiming for it to be a Dark Aavak run, no. But who knows? Who knows? Let's get this built down there. There we go, an extra home. And in fact, on that point, if we can get all of our homes set up, then it's going to be pretty nice. There we go. Right, the last 2 of our bunkhouse... Oh, actually, no, there are 3. Damn. We just want the last one and then we're sorted. Candles for the wicked. Sir, people are no longer troubled by the London slogans. Group prayers have strengthened the community. Small candles keep appearing under the slogans. People leave them when they pray for the souls of the Londoners. Well, the Londoners are certainly losing that battle. Right, we've reached Freshwater Springs. Several pools are kept from freezing by a hot spring deep underground. Patches of hardy lichen cling to the bare rocks at the edges. It looks like a good place for a hiding. Degenerated, but alive. Near the Freshwater Springs, we met some refugees from Winterholme. They are a sorry sight and seem to be completely unmoved by the fate of their city. Ask what kept them from starving. They look away, then mumble something about eating lichen. I'm not going to escort them. I'm going to send them to the city, but this group is going to move on somewhere else. We're not going to leave them to their fate, but we happen to know what happened here. Right. So, we can now head Frozen Grove. Small grove of several dozen trees. Head there. Have we got another site? Did it not say another site opened up? Oh, perhaps not. I may have been wrong. Got about 21 hours worth of coal left, unfortunately. People abandon the Londoners! Hooray! They're down to 24 now. We have to get organized. We have to do something. Other cities may have fallen, but not London. It's impossible. Oh, I don't know about that. We are getting low on coal, but coal is about to start flowing in again. I think one of the next things that we research is going to be the outposts. I think that's going to become increasingly important. Right, we can pass a new law. So, Aavak, what is your opinion on child labour? Well, that's the thing. It's the idea. In my first run, I just went with what I felt, and that was to provide sanctuary for the children and then give them apprenticeships. Because although they wouldn't, they would be working to a degree, it was more they were learning a vocation and also helping out in little ways. But this one, we've gone for we allow them to work safe jobs, but we haven't gone for allowing them to work all of the jobs, and I very much doubt I will be, honestly. Let's see. We want faith keepers. We have to have faith keepers. There we go. Sign this into being. Womp. Now.
Hear me. New law in the city.
50 steel. Okay. It's a shame, because I wanted that for other things, but okay. Light scout sleds researched. Hooray! Scouts have reached their destination. The door to the research station has been bashed in. There are signs of fighting inside. Broken furniture, damaged scientific instruments, and splatters of blood. Thank you very much, Perpetual Cowlick. Just gifted a sub to Captain Xavel. They've gifted 2 subs so far. Thank you so much. Let's see. I have the T emote finally! Indeed. One of the most important emotes. The last discovery. Inside the ransacked station, we found a Tesla's audio diary. A voice speaks. All the observed changes, like suns dimming, volcanic ash, could not have caused such cooling. But what if the huge quake of 1887 in Patagonia was an asteroid strike? There's shouting, crashing, and then silence. Numerous tracks lead from the door towards the mountains. 2 more? My lord! 7 hours to arrive. Please and thank you, yes. My lord. Right, we need a little bit more steel. Pop. There, that's all we needed. Faith Keepers. It is... heating level 2. There can only be one such building in the city. It's a small building, too. So that's cool. Where am I going to put it? Well, it's heating level 2, so if I put it there, then it's going to be kept warm, which is useful for me. Let's pop it down. We're out of steel! I know, I just used it up. Scouts have reached the frozen glacier. Grove, rather. Some trees in this grove bear deep cuts in the shape of a cross. We found some bones scattered around them. Buried shame. Poking around the trees marked with crosses, we found shallow graves under each of them. The dead bodies lack most of the bigger muscles, and some bones bear signs of a cutting tool. The corpses have been obviously stripped for edible parts. Now we know what kept the survivors by freshwater springs from starving. We'll leave the graves intact, but we can cut the trees for wood. Okay, well that's everything down here. How long would it take us to get back? 1 day and 4 hours. That is super fast, so sure. Head back. You're carrying only wood, but that's fine. Alternatively, I could see how fast it would take you to get over here. One day and 18 hours? Do it. Get all the way over there, because you've not got enough to send back yet. We don't need wood, specifically. We've just, you know, searched. It's fine. Ferret tax is a great gift to pay. Aavak, I've sent you about 12.5 US. You'd better make sure to pay the ferret tax next Sunday. I paid the ferret tax quite a lot in the stream before you arrived, actually. We had Midna out for ages. Right. Got to keep these homes warm for a little longer. 1 day and 1 hour. And get workers in there. Faithkeepers watch over the safety of peace, spreading the messages of devotion and lowering discontent. There we are. Hope prices. By how much is the question? A little bit. Change of heart. Sir, a man was found crying silently in the temple. We approached him to ask if he needed help. He told us he wanted to see you. I thought my faith died long ago, sir, with my wife and daughters in London. I couldn't see any purpose in our new life, in the fight for survival. But today when I entered the temple, I saw a future for us. Now I'm ready to face it. I'm glad to hear that. It's down to 23 now. Aavak! Been watching you since your Factorio videos on YouTube. Excited to see you play this game. Looking forward to buying it next week. It is a super awesome one, yeah. Right, we want an outpost. And that is going to cost us 20 steel, but that's fine. We'll wait for that. Our faith will guide us through the ice. Have faith, brothers and sisters. We shall see the spring yet. Faith is our only hope in this frozen hellhole. Let us pray. Those who seek hope, raise your eyes to the heavens. All our troubles are trivial in the face of eternity. Wow. They were full on with that, weren't they? And there we go. We really need this because we need to set up a coal outpost. So let's get that going. How long have they got? They've got 8 days left and we've got to get 23 back. We've got to get hope up a lot more before then. I haven't been using these. I'm a dip. Got a little while later on that one. Scouts have reached the cave hideout. We climbed up to the cave. A low stone wall stands across its entrance. Behind it we can see several men. As we approach the cave, its inhabitants pull out rifles and take position behind the wall, barring the entrance. They are in bad shape, weak from malnourishment and illness. We'll talk to them. The scouts will try to reason with the Americans and convince them to join us. Seeing that we have no ill intentions, the Americans told us how they dealt justice to the inventor after expelling him from his city. We buried Tesla's battered body in the cave and are heading home with these poor wretches in tow. Nothing like small talk. Okay, well that's the end of that. Well, that's fair enough. We've got another scout heading over in just a moment. We'll find the stone ship, supply depot, and an ice corridor. Not bad. Not bad. 22 hours left on the generator. The workday is ended. Temple has influenced some people to mend their ways. They're down to 19 now, and it's actually going down a lot now. Okay, we're starting to get there, people. We have got 28 and 35. Okay. How much more room have we got? I don't think we've got nearly that much room. No. Then it is time for us to build more. This is the only option. We'll build basic homes first, because wood is something that we don't want for. That will cover pretty much everyone. And then we'll upgrade them as we get the opportunity to. $18 hours left on the generator. Food theft. Someone has stolen 73 food rations from the stockpile. People are saying it was the Londoners gathering supplies for their journey. It seems this ridiculous idea of leaving for London is getting traction. The Faithkeepers may retrieve some stolen food. Send the Faithkeepers to catch them. At this point, I'm just going to go ahead. This place has served its purpose for me. There's only 82 left. Go ahead. Gather all you can from that. Once this is gone, I'm going to build the second one. We should have enough time for it. People abandon the Londoners. 16. First Londoners convinced to say, that's a lie. We've been convincing them for ages. Sir, several of the people who wanted to flee to London have decided to trust you and to stay. They say that your recent decisions convinced them there is hope for us yet. And it's a complete lie, though. They've been staying for ages. Rise and shine, people. Look, the sun's already up. They're hopeful now. So they're talking...
Get going. Time to earn your bread.
Getting a bit concerned about this. We're putting in 12 an hour. That's going to be finished. Right, let's see. Given that, let's do two things quickly. First and foremost, gathering post. We're going to need... 1. Can't quite tell how much room that's going to need. 2. That should be able to reach it, but realistically, I'm going to want another one over there eventually, and probably another one over there. We'll build out this. There, and across. This is about to finish up. Outpost depot researched. Right, okay, so with that, we are much closer. We could go for a steam coal thumper at this point. In fact, that's probably a really good move. Hey, Alchemist, how you doing, mate? Hey, ho, stream. Yeah, Tiberian Kid, saying it's you choose faith or dictate. You don't. You don't. The choices are order and discipline, or faith and spiritual strength. You do not need to play as a dictator to go that way, and you don't need to play as a zealot to go this way. You can choose, because I played order last time, and I don't feel that I crossed the dictatorial line. I don't feel I became dictatorial. I don't feel I became a dictator. Yes, we use propaganda to extol the virtues of staying there. But honestly, in a survival situation, keeping people calm is actually an important thing. You know, as much as people will gainsay and doom monger, you need to counteract that. We used the guard, but we never used them unfairly, in my opinion. We never banished anyone. We never executed anyone. If someone was caught thieving, they were put in prison for 3 days, and that's all that was done to them. And I feel that was a fair response. And I feel that we played... I think it's quite possible to play the order and discipline as just order and discipline. More thinking like military men, you know? Tighten in your belts. You've got to work to earn your keep. This is a survival situation. We can't have freeloaders, but at the same time, we're not going to turn our backs on the weak and weary who can't fend for themselves. You know, you definitely can go full-on dictator and public executions, but you don't have to. So putting it like that, I think, is a little bit unfair. So, our choices. We can go with gathering posts will be warmer, which would be useful. Or we can get the steam coal thumper, which is going to produce much more coal for us to gather. I think that might be a good move to go. Yeah, let's get that happening. We've got enough people that we might even, with that, have enough coal coming in. There we go. This one's gone, so let's get rid of it and get people working these. Turn on the heater for now. Max workers. Turn on the heater for now. Max workers. Keep this place warm. Is that good enough? Oh, it hits them all as well. Oh, that's fantastic. As soon as that's gone, whoop. Right. We want another coal thumper. Right here. Bump. Hopefully that can be built quickly. Promise fulfilled. You kept the people warm. You delivered. You delivered. And we get a chunk of hope there. There we are. And now heater, long work hours, and everyone working there. It's important to me that they work all through the night. Absolutely important to me, but that should work. Oh my lord, we almost missed this. Fundamental research. Sir, an engineer is asking for a day off to study an automaton closely. The automatons can be improved. They may be the pinnacle of our technology, but if we learn how to make them, we can surely learn how to make them better. If I take a closer look at any machine, I can adjust it to improve its performance. Why should it be any different with them?
Dapper.
This engineer won't be available for work for 24 hours. That's fine. Go for it. In before the automaton turns bloodthirsty and suddenly, you know, attacks us all. Let's make sure that that's fine. Thank you very much, Weird Alchemist, for gifting a sub to Post-Apocalypse. Great name, considering the game. Great name. Wait, you have an option to sacrifice children? When they put it like that, it sounds like, you know, full-on zealot sacrifice. I don't know if that's... well, maybe it's further in the tree. I don't know. But it was in the last game. The generator was about to explode, and we had a choice. If we had a steam core, we could have used one of those to vent the pressure from the boiler and save the generator. Bearing in mind that the generator exploding is game over. The alternative was someone had to enter the crawl space and fix it manually. Unfortunately, the crawl space was only large enough for a child, and it was pretty much it was a suicide mission. If they go in there and tweak this thing, the generator would vent steam urgently, saving the generator, but basically cooking the child alive. And to save the other like 200 souls we had, a child was sent in there. It was the only option because I didn't have a steam core. Right. Food's starting to worry me a little bit. I think we need a new hothouse. They'll be here in 3 hours. So actually, sure, we're going to build a new hothouse then. Not going to build it there though, because we don't need that there. This is a hot building. We can have it elsewhere. Let's get this hothouse up and running. It'll be fine. It'll be kept warm. They have returned with 35 workers, 295 wood, 5 steam cores, and 162 steel. That was amazing, guys. Right, you're off next, and you are headed over here to Tesla's grave. 1 day and 3 hours to get there. Once this hothouse is up and running, we'll have children staff it.
Looking dapper.
There we go. And we'll keep it warm, of course. We could increase the working hours.
Looking dapper.
I'm less inclined to do that, though. Thank you very much, Perpetual Cowlick. The Law has just been gifted a sub. And Weird Alchemist just gifted a sub to Darken Twitch. Perpetual Cowlick has gifted 3 subs, and Weird Alchemist 84. 84! The War of the Gifted Subs. Right. Okay, it's time for us to check out purpose. What can we get to? Public penance. That sounds bad. To err is human, but those who stray must do public penance to discourage others from the path of evil. Only then can they be forgiven. Public penance, faithkeepers. Each use raises hope. People abandon Londoners with each use. Each use lowers discontent. But it can cause injuries. However, it does not say that they can die. Now, there was a law under order which basically said, yeah, you can use this. They'll rough up the people who've broken the law, but they might die. And likewise, under public duels, you can allow people to agree their differences by dueling, but they can die. This, to me, is the equivalent of a prison. It doesn't say that there's going to be some hard labor or anything. It's more that they're going to be forced to walk the town. Like, to me, this sounds more along the lines of like the public stocks in medieval times, or the donkey mask. The idea was because people have this idea of capital punishment being this huge thing in like at least in medieval Britain, but that was really, really dumb because the people you were punishing were part of a very limited resource, that is your workforce, and killing them meant they would never work again, obviously. So it was much more along the lines of rehabilitation. So it was things like public humiliation. You do something wrong, we'll humiliate you in front of your friends. The whole town will know it. Or if you're caught for committing a crime, you'll be marked in some way. For example, this is a pretty grim example, but if people were caught lying, they'd have their earlobes nailed to the stocks. You know, it wouldn't be like, oh, I'll cut off your tongue or something. They'll put a nail through your earlobe. So people with pierced ears were known as liars back in medieval Britain. The donkey mask is you basically walk around town with a donkey mask on. The stocks, you get pelted with vegetables. Or not, because realistically, most people didn't throw vegetables because they were kind of more worth than the teaching them a lesson sort of thing. But it was... In this one, they could be injured, but it doesn't say anything about death. I don't know. I'm uncertain. I'm uncertain. The other one is... Oh, actually... that looks... someone just pointed out in chat, that looks more like flagellation, actually. But you've got the righteous denunciation. It is the duty of the faithful to denounce wickedness. It is a sign of true compassion to bring the wicked to light. Groups of people will occasionally abandon the Londoners. Small amounts of resources may be uncovered as well. Occasionally lowers discontent. Occasionally recovers small amounts of resources. Discontent will rise, however. Again, this is kind of along the lines of public shaming. Thank you very much, Weird Alchemist. Gifted a sub to Anonymous Chocobo. Well done, mate. Thank you. You're incredibly kind. I like how Aavak tries to make his cult seem less mad. Shh. Don't let the Faithkeepers hear you say that. I can only protect you for so long. Righteous denunciation actually seems a little bit better. Field kitchens as well. Raises the temperature of nearby workplaces by 1 level. Now that one might be really good. Okay, so here's the thing then. Righteous denunciation, public penance, or field kitchens. I leave it to chat to decide. Via the mechanism of me just basically trying to eyeball it and see who wants the most things.
Dapper.
Perpetual Cowlick has gifted a sub to Edix91. Thank you very much, Perpetual Cowlick. And welcome, Edix. You can now use all of the Twitch emotes. Also, you can connect to the Dapperdell Discord and you'll be part of the Twilight Tribe. And you'll gain access to the secret tea room. It seems very heavily in favour of field kitchens. Shen, of course, wants public penance. Naturally, Shen would want public penance. Ah, Shen. Field kitchens, nothing beats a warm cup of blueberry soup during a work shift. Sweden. Okay, well, you can argue with Sweden. There we are. Field kitchens will be built.